That HTD and Starbreaker will insta disable anything pushes up.
Crush is new, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they have enough ammo for all of us.
Yeah, we could decrew
We got
pretty easy.
13.
As long as we don't splash the AT. Don't splash the AT behind them and we're good.
Oh,
HTD, HTD! Starbreaker!
Oh, we lost one. We lost one.
Good hits on this artillery. You're killing the wardens too and the house.
Flank right. No, hard right, hard right. Stay away from 68.
We're already in range of that.
Go, 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 go! Save the tank! Save the tank! Save the tank!
As soon as I can. On my feet. Shot. Off.
This way, this way, this way. Make it through, make it through.
He's right there.
Fire! Fire! Flanking behind us.
Hit the bunker piece! Bunker piece is going down!
You got him! Keep firing! Keep firing! Hurry up, back up. I don't know where you are. We need to group up.
No, keep pushing. West, 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 west. The essence of Foxhole is hard to capture if you're just watching gameplay. It's more than just an MMO, it has insane complexities to it that go beyond gameplay, and it's going to take me an entire video to explain all of the nuance. Two major factors stand out about this game. The first one being that everybody shares the same server, and the second is that it's always had less than 10,000 players. This leads to some very interesting things. You're not just playing the game. You're building lasting relationships every war. You'll consistently team up with the same players and face off against the same enemies. This causes Foxhole to resemble real life in uncanny ways.
On your right move.
At its core, Foxhole is a player-driven, persistent MMO. Let's start with player-driven. Almost everything in this game is player-made, and I mean just about everything. All of the vehicles, the massive bases, every piece of ammunition required for all of the artillery and weapons. Everything in this game has to be made by somebody, including an 11-mile-long network of defenses. All of it made possible by the player-driven logistics system. Not only must everything be handcrafted by players, it has to be transported to the front lines as well. Transportation comes in a variety of flavors: train, boat, and truck. The entire war effort relies on logistics, and the player base is very grateful for people who fulfill this role. The lines for logistics can get quite long and tedious at times, but pumping your front line full of supplies is how you win a war. Some players would even describe it as a second job, clocking anywhere from 8 to 16 hours a day. In fact, entire regiments dedicate themselves solely to the art of logistics. So now that we've discussed what player-driven means, let's talk about the persistent warfare aspect. Once the war starts, it doesn't stop until all victory points are captured. This causes a few effects on the player base, the most notable being burnout. It's pretty common for wars to last more than a month, getting into the millions of casualties. If you do the rough math and split the deaths evenly, each player is dying thousands of times. And if they're not burnt out from dying, they're burnt out from building. Players will spend weeks constructing elaborate bases only to have them demolished by 3-hour-long artillery barrages. It's the ultimate war of attrition. A war not won by skill, but by pure willpower and determination. The social experience of Foxhole is my favorite part of the game. Since everyone shares the same server, real reputations can be built. Everybody knows each other, and if not on an individual basis, on a regimental one. And please don't fall for the clan man bad propaganda. Joining a clan of like-minded players is probably the most fun you'll have in this game.
You're slower than me.
You're slower. No way. The regiments in this game do want to help new players. As long as you stay open with your communication, you will have a good time. Time that'll mostly be spent talking to other players.
I love having like 4 or 5 veins in the dark, waiting for an HDD or something to rock up, shooting it at the side, killing it instantly. I love it.
Oof. That is if they ban at max range, so.
Yeah.
Even the enemies will be sure to say hello to you.
Oh, fucking hell. Got him.
Hello,
I'm the security guard here.
I am partisan.
Not anymore, you're not.
Sometimes it's nice just driving around and listening to your squad chat.
You're advocating to nuke yourself?
What is a tactical nuke exactly?
A small nuke.
A smaller nuke.
A small
yeah.
nuke.
You have strategic nukes.
Small.
Yes, you have
We're
just
talking
tactical
like
nuke.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki levels.
I also love the random interactions that the front line often provides.
Boys, push!
You got so many
I believe! Get the cookies!
All the people we've sacrificed to the seaport have been new players.
It really helps that every time you go to the front line, you see familiar faces working alongside you.
Can you fire a 75 in the trench over there?
Yeah,
There's
push
like 20
5, push 5, push 5.
A little bit,
Push. A little bit. Fuck, alright, back up.
It's quite difficult in this game to do anything meaningful as an individual. The game really encourages players to work together, and each additional source of manpower makes things that much more efficient. The two factions in Foxhole could not be any more different. Asymmetrical is the name of the game. It's not just the equipment that's different. Depending on which side you choose, you will experience an entirely different culture. At least in my eyes, the Wardens appear to be the more methodical and disciplined force. Their regiments oftentimes have way more players than any regiment on the Colonial side. It's not uncommon for one Warden regiment to have complete control of an entire front line. They're definitely a well-oiled machine with strong established hierarchies. Colonial players, in contrast, relish chaos more so than structure. Their regiments have fewer players within them, but there are more regiments overall. Think of it as a bunch of independent city-states working together. Colonials rely much more on coalitions than the Wardens do. It's never just one clan on the front line, it's multiple. This can lead to a lot of infighting and civil wars. With all of that being said, you can find every type of clan on both sides. And if you still can't decide, ask yourself, are you a femboy or a furry? And most importantly, stay off the subreddit. It is purely a salt mine, nothing more. Do not engage. If you're a new player, just go to the front lines and ask around. Plenty of people need help and are willing to teach. There are discords for both factions, if that is something you're looking for, but again, I cannot recommend any form of Foxhole social media. It's best to keep it in-game. And speaking of in-game, the voice chat is really buggy, so be sure to refresh and reconnect often. If you have good voice communications, you will have no trouble finding things to do in this game, and there are a lot of things to do. Foxhole's player base gets very creative.
Oh my god!
While the physics in Foxhole might not be the most realistic,
I'm tempted.
the war itself quite often can be. Let's break down the little ways Foxhole mirrors real-life warfare. One of the most realistic aspects of Foxhole is the logistics system. In real war, supply chains are everything. No army can keep fighting without ammo, fuel, and equipment. Without a functioning supply chain, your side is dead in the water, just like in real conflicts. Then there's geography. Foxhole's maps emphasize the importance of terrain, much like in actual warfare. Elevation, fortifications, and natural barriers can dramatically impact how battles play out. Just like real life, it's not just about the number of troops, but how you use the landscape to your advantage. For example, taking control of a bridge or a hill can turn the tide of war. Then there's my favorite aspect of the game, social coordination. One of the core elements of Foxhole is the need for teamwork. In actual combat, soldiers rely on coordination across different units, from infantry to engineers and medics, and the people back at base working logistics. Foxhole captures that feeling of interdependence, where every player has a role to play, whether they're on the front lines, building fortifications, or driving a supply truck. And all of these players are subject to morale and fatigue, another real-life element. Even though Foxhole doesn't have a dedicated morale system, the way players behave can often resemble real-life troop morale. When you're on a losing streak or supplies run low, players lose motivation to keep fighting, just like soldiers facing extended combat or logistical shortages in real life. Victories feel more earned, and defeats hit harder when there's real effort behind each push. Battles in Foxhole are won through teamwork, strategy, and logistics, and it can feel strikingly familiar to actual warfare. That's what makes it such a good game.
They fired depth charges.
Back battle's down.
Shoot the east! Shoot the east! Fuck. Holy shit! No, keep going. I'm trying to help clean up. Oh, it's putting the cutlass in the tree! Back up! Back up there!
One more shot.
Reload! Fire! Up!